I mention same free Manchester United ken. Adia ba kwa na Manchester United supporters na dodo na aka na say. After Sir Alex Ferguson free bubu kunim no. Players dodo a Manchester United that sign omo de aba no. Eya na sa players no mo ba omo free omo clubs na ebe join Manchester. Eya na omo performance no osoro pay yi. But omo be Manchester United jesi no omo si akan a eya na enkoyi. So after Sir Alex Ferguson se ubusa Manchester United supporters say player Ben wa be Manchester United jesi after Sir Alex Ferguson na oma sign na ne performance osoro pa na dodo na no be ka chiro say eye Bruno Fernandes by ken ene ensem na sesa oko Manchester United camper player ba kwa nipa dodo na ani age ne ho pa no eye Mbeumo I say offer ne din wo Manchester United boboku ni Manchester for legends ka ne ho nsempa current playing body no ka ne ho nsempa ni coach ka ne ho nsempa ne supporters ka ne ho nsempa say Mbeumo no oye player ba kwa omo ne mugidie say efiti so free ne club ebe join Manchester United boboku no omo ogidie surunku ne mu say abrante no ebefa Edward Manchester United boboku ni kensa obekai pa ya at the time ana Manchester United pe Mbeumo before say na all join Manchester United boboku ni no na wa she 20 goals e wo Premier League ni by still na nkofo e wo doubt say abrante ne ba oba Manchester United mpokra ne still na abrante ni ntimi be flourish ontimi mbo ne homoden by say o check few games our body ama Manchester United a sa story ni nyina no esesa oma na omo doubt eye Mbeumo no ase omo hye hu ade papa bi o abrante ne ho enken nyabotre na hwa abrante friend say Mbeumo Manchester United ni jesinim meji to mu say matches na wabɔ no endorse bebree ball na wabɔ no enye a lot of games abetimi dey access ne say eye game dodo abetimi aka sa afide wa settle very well Manchester United by few games I Mbeumo etimi esi akan dey ba Manchester United no any kakra obi ade nani ehu no se o hwe few games na obetimi aka say Manchester United enya player obetimi abo because Mbeumo ni nya sa player na obeje bo a obeda ne ho obeye skills I entertain supporters ne there be Mbeumo enye sa players no makwa it say duwe o makwa Salami Yamal mo betima entertain supporters no by any time na brand ne bejibo obi a Manchester United no the first no nim say won a player or you very productive very direct or the ball na ekonanim on throw opponents on throw defenders say onya ben penalty box na ade mienu pe ne wo Mbeumo team either say me she go and answer me create e dey ama me teammates etimi dey ahye and after some few games in the Premier League that's 9 goals in the Premier League. With team of Manchester United 4 goals, I have 1 assist. And so far, based on number of games, Mbeumo see a kind of Manchester United no. Say we say omenya player in terms of productivity which are very very good for Manchester United. Or kasa few players now or penalty box ni man hu outside the penalty box ni hu. And Manchester United for kase this time around omenya player ni productivity level no e was so we ne kwan offer so Emma Manchester United numbers ne productivity ni free ho every single coach was assist be anoken or pe player ye attack or ye involve ye defend or ye involve and the coach is need pe player so to me involve play with the ball or without the ball and so far if it is Mbeumo be Manchester United for jesi no obi o Manchester United games we are bit to testify to the fact say Manchester United dey attack here obo a double number 10s Abrante any friend say Mbeumo no and they operate as a right-sided number 10 or joining attack otimi move ko wide otimi move back inside ne link up play ne ball carrying ability how otimi creating spaces in between the final third lines no ni nyina boa Manchester United etimi nya goals no a omo pe no it is a Manchester attack here un say Mbeumo eye involve omo lusu ball no mu defend here time bia on my defensive cover the right-sided number 8 Casemiro sa defensive cover eto de bi mpokra na de operate as a right wing back Amad Diallo no osama ni defensive cover so ni defensive ability no esa wasoro then oye very disciplined the coach is ne catch them on the field of play otimi ko perform enti ene enye me wan say after 9 games player ba ko obi ebo ni din wo Manchester United obi ebo na baso ene me hu se when Rooney kan sempa fa ne ho Manchester supporters ni na ebo na baso Mbeumo because productivity obi a okwa anim otimi ma numbers obi oye very disciplined and also involve in attacking and defending so many age e dey Manchester United say for once omo bo play abaso say omo ko sign aba no omo nim nguase Ken me call Barcelona kakra. Good news say free Barcelona so ye eba ne yese. Omu goalkeeper Juan Garcia. Yes say no ne recovery no ekwo pa. Na how a ekwo no Barcelona decide say nyame ya adoma Wednesday on be assess ya branch ni injury and the recovery no say even pokra nyame ya adoma weekend omu game against Elche no Juan Garcia betimi aye part of the team and I say onye part of the team but mo hena omu assess na ni injury no ontimi nye fully fit a Barca for say omu risky goalkeeper no which I believe a good news for Barcelona. Every single football club was as so every single coach maka time without number say coach bia per se time bia no obenya ni players ni nyina so mo ye fully fit no mo ye available for selection enti time bia coach bia da ye so ne ye say on person ni players e be prepare no matena fiache enti the moment abeti say team player or say important and key player returning from injury e ya na ye ni gisem after sa brantie ni prayer after Real Oviedo game no we missing some couple of games at the Barcelona against Sociedad Yehuno, against PSG, against Sevilla, against Girona, against Olympiacos, then against Real Madrid. Yehuno goalkeeper Brandt friend say Juan Garcia. By this time around, was CSA or recovering so betima join Barcelona bobu kudi. Ken, se o person say Juan Garcia. A very important for Barcelona setup nima. Ade also odi hunye. Ye say season na say na Barcelona managing enya wins no. Obia no share Barcelona game bia and one player no making a lot of difference at Barcelona your goalkeeper ye share season ase no na Barca find a way to win otimi struggle opponent ne tata Barcelona opponent need to me break Barcelona defensive line by a game ne we na Barcelona timi anya omo 3 maximum points because no more goalkeeper a lot of saves at the moment and one goalkeeper na Barcelona pamo mutimi accumulate points no yes our goalkeeper and so we use La Liga ni mpokra as a case study. Before say Juan Garcia eba be pre-free Barcelona setup ni no. Now a face shots in kwa baku 18. Ana Juan Garcia face. Out of the 18 shots no, now a team ya save mu baku 14. Emu 4 pe. Ana na to na team. Enti say o check Barcelona game omo boy against Levante sa 3-2 na. Kwa check the number of saves Juan Garcia ye. Ni saves no prevent Barcelona say omo drop points. Omo game omo boy o men lose against Vallecano. And also so ni saves eboa Barcelona how meant me and lose sa game no enti abrantie no how we important ni say Barcelona chiro no ekwakoye expose opponents etimi breach Barcelona defensive line no but if it is Juan Garcia buy no or the assurance be Barcelona boboko nim say sebo ni beat Barcelona defensive line kra na omo a reliable goalkeeper obetima ye a lot of saves. That's the reason why out of 18 shots of face here no wetimi asebum 14 and before say obe free Barcelona and so okwako pra no now or prevent 2.13 goals per game. Enti ankanyo no anka before so be free ba obe prano. Nanka Barcelona betima concede 2 goals every game. But preventing sa 2 goals each. Show me UEFA Champions League game against Newcastle. It was St. James Park. How will you say sir it me preventing Barcelona from losing that game? And it's what say this kind of goalkeeper after sending injury no or say return or Barcelona near when he beji because or a reliable goalkeeper or yes our goalkeeper sir your bubble season we no quite me save 10 points because of the saves I hold obey I prevented club from losing so a good sir branch neighbor but again me sane Barcelona doctors ne medical team ni adwen say omo assess ne nyame ya adom achina na brantie no entimi nye fully fit say obetima ye part of the team omo de ba ko face Elche omo force ya brantie no omo ma brantie no recover na onye fully fit because say uyi Elche game ni free wa on be sa bo Club Brugge UEFA Champions League no ma be bo Celta Vigo e game sa me hu ogidie say says ni betima manage but you know a good news for Barcelona say Juan Garcia is a return because or your goalkeeper or your trustworthy or your goalkeeper betima save a lot of points our league and Europa Barcelona compete this season. After enra odi news ni beto abonten say big Adamfo Igo Tudor yetimi eja ne kwan wo Juventus no ye say ene Juventus mpanyimfo ebehia Luciano Spalletti no mo na negotiate say on ban be permanent coach emfama Juventus boboku no kra eye ba akopɛ ken Juventus as it stands now financially omunye strong enti Juventus enti mintis ka kese enkoto top players emfamba emo be se Juventus setup nim enti ade ba ko say Juventus ehia pa na yese omo be hia manager with the available resources any materials ɛwɔ Juventus sɛsie no obetumi manage saa resources ne materials no na wa build a team obetumi compete and so we check Luciano Spalletti ne track record na papa no ayɛ adwuma to the extent say team bi a wɔde bɛma no players a wɔde bɛma no materials bi a wɔde bɛma no bia no otimi manage etimi de compete e build a side a ɛyɛ formidable obetimi de compete enti check ni team ɔkɔ share with AS Roma at the time I know what Panucci or Di Rossi or what Totti. These were good individual materials, but that time now omo the best. Oh, Italy, not the likes of Inter, Juve, AC Milan more better players. But Luciano Spalletti build a formidable side from Roma and momu compete here. Obefa Napoli bobo kuno, she materials no Ukraine Napoli or the Omuji League. Obefa Inter Milan bobo kuno, share a strong side. And no Antonio Conte beto aso, and no Anna Simone Inzaghi beto aso. And to coach ne track record nature say. Or yes, our coach and for one materials are available. Obetima ma aside obetima sheshe na metimi dia compete and Juventus ebe here coach to say Luciano Spalletti with this materials a club no etimi abomo. Medema no sin mi ko wie wo Arsenal. Matisa wo say Arsenal for say after Bukayo Saka omo be ma Declan Rice contract renewal. Are you good for Arsenal team no? Every top football club a person compete with as so. The first thing you need to do yes, so bet me who how about to me and maintain who key players. No, make sure say omun free bobo konim. And to say obi to say William Saliba, why signing a contract? Bukayo Saka baba twaso then Declan Rice. A very positive for Arsenal team no. And ne obi anka Declan Rice Arsenal got £100 million because of the kind of performance. Sanka Declan Rice every West Ham eba and a performance so for ma and Kobe be criticize Arsenal so much to skegu but no be am can sika e dey turn because of the performance. Okay. Ken make me the mensa. Esime Buaka tro say uko Premier League na o ka current all round midfielders omo perform ya untimi ni Declan Rice in free. Oh yeah, the Chenka said one ka said one heavy. Omo bo different rules. Ba one heavy. Omo bo me compare players omo different rules. Do we and different rules. Yes, omo different rules. You don't mean who rules be obvious. Maybe when you more of boss to boss now where you then say my who said o kwanim kwashe go super. Oh, so could want to mean yes or static by a different rules no mobile. Okay. By Declan Rice one of the best in the Premier League and Europe at large. So you're good for us now say omo making sure say omo extending omo key players no. Who extended Saliba to 2030. Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice. A trese upe uye team or competing for the next 2 to 3 years. So good news for us now. Asna Kwame Ayadela Adelson Faudiano Sumami na Yantos from Frio.
May I say Ken, I think say sporting directors ni bi wo ho a was say supporters na mo ni ko mo ho. Na say impo say criticisms bi beba instead of going to the coaches it should go to those sporting directors. I think say clubs ni bi wo ho a they are hiding behind coaches and successes. Example, a Hans Flick situation. Na 2 windows in Yana said the second season ni the basa tamano Juan Garcia, Dani Mbeumo, and a Rooney Baji. Oya Barcelona defense noir. Hansi is expected to compete, win the Champions League. Pau Kubasi any Eric Garcia 4 and 5. The king, with all due respect, Senya Basa Pa and a Pau Kubasi ni Eric Garcia show Mujesia. Sad defense we they both compete. Yeah, they both compete. But see, last year's successes, are blinded supporters, Amamujini say, oh, these are individuals. Inti say problems is here. Yan fan question coach, but they decorate me. No. Say deko be buana. In Kahansi be top players. Amana be shechiro. Amana babodi. Me can you see Chelsea situation no? En komoy ma can say Chelsea trophy no je club World Cup no. And on the blinded sporting directors because club World Cup no acquire Chelsea for far so G with these defenders Tosina Darabiayo, Bediashel, Wesley Fofana. Oh yeah, the Johnson champion Chelsea defenders we are. You fan compete with all due respect. But Club World Cup no a blinding penny for. It go to some point in time. Maresca players. Quality no sporting directors no use these players. J Club World Cup. Mo. After one say Mikel Obiso so the Nanuatum says Chelsea supporters snake and defenders no and now no Chelsea lose to Sunderland or BRC Fankosha Maresca. But Obiaso soon him say the man Chelsea lose a bad defending from those boys. Tosin Adarabia Yomo. Average defenders. The sporting directors want to buy quality. Inti coach is fakobo. Omulusua ye the coach. Well, Namyanka Sama Samuye meet Maresca press conference. Ken Maresca press conference. Then Sancho for Kobisa Maresca say you were premiership anymore. Among for the throw-ins and set pieces and Aisha goes to pa. It's in a Chelsea move ye biana. And Maresca say on your show. Or no, or co-training training for throw-ins say the best go and I know or yeah training. So the best defend it how Sunderland for so but say on one kasa offensively Chelsea be training say ma to ball there be also nyebi. Name or say football evolve na onim so ochina bi and na obesue bi dia and you fine. Okay. First of all, meet a press conference, coach and say football evolve. Me yemu shame. The first thing I asked, they say football evolve from tiki taka, transitions, proper counter attacking, counter pressing. They say evolve evolve throw-ins, and they say maybe we are heading towards and yo. Because if football are evolving in football, from tiki taka, beautiful football, counter attack nearby throw-ins there, and we need to find solution. We need to stop this thing. When we just have throw-ins, and now Liverpool ni Brentford 4 to throw-ins, Makumako 10 throw-ins no more 2 yen. When him almost spending 9 minutes 18 seconds on just throw-ins. 9 minutes. Average throwing back could be almost spending over 55 seconds, close to 1 minute, one throw-in. Meanwhile, you are an eye problem. Must say football no. Say waste of time. It's goalkeeper chibola. When they run the abase, goalkeeper chibona, one more in Simua, 8 seconds per a corner kick. What is the idea behind that decision? The idea behind the decision is say, send your goalkeeper on wasted time. But the real time waster pa, yes, our throwing is now also so. Say, throwing a ba. For ball to close to 1 minute. How? Because after and offer towel, and the towel now paper ball no when you with nechi ababeto. How can we tolerate this? Me because all this while say FIFA from crowd go so more drain won say 90 minutes na time I ball power park so no average by 55 minutes po in kind you wasting this and I'm started showing say ba beka ho into one year ya keka ko say 90 minutes na bo anka say park no so no you better 40 minutes. It is something that needs urgent attention. Mama fanya goodie because ball no una unim throw into a buy akofato. But so when you put paper on the sun, throwing off in the defenders, Nina, but said the air corner kick. What is that? As I say, yeah, Baby average 1 minute per throw in. Said the oh, set pieces by Yajicha say Arsenal goes almost set piece. Say you're moving from normal set pieces. Eba can't throw ins. Aman central for Ebisa. For Maresca say Maresca. Daben also be throw ins. How? Big clubs in the best starting to. Now we share classic on say Barcelona and Real Madrid no yes had any. Hey, Premiership baby omodi ye name na almost say no. You toss be okay. Vinicius Junior ne Jabi Alonso conversation no. Ken, before Jabi Alonso ebeba no, na Vini contract and some na start eba. Let me first of all, let's be fair. Now Vini and Real Madrid contract and some no na bank kakra obe extend Madrid for the buefuno Madrid for crash obe kwa Saudi Arabia intino. Let's establish this. And yes, sir. Now Vini and Real Madrid etia sum game. Na contract and some hodada. Jabi Alonso banana conversation started say baso. Jabi Alonso will prefer Mbappe. Inti ebia no ne Vini enya issues. Eno na ye Club World Cup no. Semi-finals. Real Madrid versus Paris Saint-Germain. Before the game, Jabi Alonso had trained without Vinicius Junior playing. Na Vini na onka squad ni wo until Trent Alexander-Arnold e praye or the Freddy Valverde ko 2-2. Mo be kai. Kensa wo kai sa game no. And no man Vinicius Junior one for na ko to left wo. Or then ko to right. Sa day ni Vini share. The guy was he was not happy. Coach ni zini film against Emma Brahim Diaz be bobo ni bi. And then Sancho for Sansu so mus say a kind. Look what some say 13 games at Real Madrid abo. Kids we bio 3 pair and abo 90 minutes. Clearly, the minutes are not obo enkane. Sending a ball na SCF no ho the attention be biana na it goes through him no say enses you the influence enses you it's anano against Barcelona and na Vini e boss abo no nobody thought say coach ni be yin frame it's up to now me amiti hey eya me wan pass coach ni yin frame because changes na by other gule. Then so uniform ni sana ohwie after so quite some mistake no. Understandable. Freddy Valverde or uniform right back because one with the yellow card, one was so pra. But Vini the Vini was playing well. So then a back coach and say after all the Bona Vini airborne obey Vini Junior Eddie free game anymore. Because as some esibako esimienu at what was one man fast at airdrop patterns because me I can give you one example. Question Real Madrid any Espanyol 77th minute or you finish your junior film. I'm a Vini Koye who complains. I'm a press conference in Central for beside Jabi Alonso and as Jabi Alonso say obe solve internal any problem beyond and no on crow you must stand one with him no boy any complaint any issue. And see I want to know. Senye issue there the issues omoma sam na enko that simple because clearly adia Vinicius Junior any senior no call for na started in some eba no Vini is not happy and yes so onye happy with Real Madrid or you happy with Real Madrid name onye happy with his role under Jabi Alonso. This is where we are at the moment. With time I bet you because Jabi Alonso no say Bibienwa ebetinya enam says again situation say Real Madrid eta Jabi Alonso echi decision obe taken Real Madrid ebe back no inti enyema ne yamienu either Vinicius Junior will keep quiet and work under him no matter the situation or will rebellia or do before for bebo new law Ken Lami Yamal
okay
de metimia kan say akwada no say adie be ye be kum sunsum no enye say ye drew ho we hear Barca fan listen to me very well. The entire Real Madrid fan base is on Lami Yamal left right center say that they are attacking him ankasa it is obeda sorry na Barca for na or expect some better ni chi no Barca for na san so twa omo ho edu so sini so a ebe kum boy ni sunsum onyenju level a obetimi accommodate this kind of pressure me pacho say me come on say in common back from the Barcelona corridors I am not happy leaks na eba and ya catch a boy and say on careful and then now ABC it is too much for the boy because at this stage, Real Madrid has to see this one. Either Barcelona backs him or they keep quiet. But if they go against him, not just say, what about boy? No? Because I feel say what they need to do in a second internally or make him. But upon saying they need to support him because Lamine Yamal issues before we criticize the boy. More questions be bisa. Omo bebo classico. Why na catch the boy and say, "Uncle sa program na say Thursday night." Why na man permission? Because me not sure say Pedri say Ronaldo Royo benya kukodro say makwat na program say Abraham wo crucial game. Why na man permission? Yen bisa sa questions no.
Okay.
Nipa kono man permission no. Then what was the reason behind the permission? So be a man permission then no more fa because obi na kwaya sa de no a enko mo ntiase. Inti insensem bebre but I think say internally they should deal with it. But upon saying there omuntie break kakra because the way say Barca for no susu say e asama Lamine Yamal ko kan ne man Madrid for bufu ya omo share omo ebe
me just say now be some question be na NCS be sana Zrawi ne papa me so be yawe say papa be yawe so ko program na say big sana Zrawi be yawe na
yes
so no kwa na no ye aduane wo ni fio ana now the camera is in so
no so your life
no so ti oro so ne ba no call life or no so call life what's e bi muso dia show ba no
hey
this is so ba no ba kru mo papa bi
your girlfriend no oh but so obi so de ba ma no bobo
ana ye dia
say Vinicius de ba o bobo pa
on dey so kusu ona jona no
Sunday no ba no ba e hwebo bobo
okokru mo kosu ko bubu nkotoje ko sesa na ma me ngina ko ba no fi
kina kuma mun sam de ento wa obeka se de ato no nim nyansa
bigi
kin
when you broken heart today
oh manya be pain but a nice experience e boa me mama ni da ho
now we are to say
oh me de dem shena
wo she dem wo di
dem shena areho ai
wo nidi
wo be didi
aduane de
e shena nyawo de sa ba o so de kakra gum kidam Vinicius Junior honestly speaking Vinicius and Xabi Alonso in common. I found myself in a situation like that before. Around primary 6 eko GHS mishia teacher bi na classroom na me ha adwen kakra enti teacher no I realized say ompemasem oba class otumi beji the names of talkatives say me din ni ma ombo bia obema obi akwa akotenate because o say on tiase say ya throw names of talkatives na me man kasa because me dey den amekasa enti bi nsumi hu saa no impedifo se minyo me na madame ho so anytime he comes to the classroom there is no way say mekasa or ka asem na esiri mpo amensere the only thing I do is when we be some question and about say me bie ma no amekasa if you want mo kono eto aso saa later afi oba class a o hwe manim din na obo mi din o se me ho te se na ma je so se me ho ye o se na nsen dia me hu se wasesa because at that time nyame na me hwe me ho me ma me na hwe me mintimi nyimi ho mfa free school mu ho mfa nko school from enya possible mintimi nko ka nche me ma me say na ekoso nti onyimi nko school from on fiu krampo nti o se me copy with the me wom say si a said ye be ya mini teacher ni ko ni nkonkonya problem just because na wo se me fa kwan bia so na metena school mu so Vinicius Junior e person na Real Madrid e wo so onya ntiase say for now e Xabi Alonso the any coach and whatever he does the coach remains Xabi Alonso. Se Xabi Alonso mpe wa asem mpo a ene ya obe dan na di suban ya obe dan na di ebetimi ama Xabi Alonso ababa be pe wa asem. It is reported yes ebia coach no nya ni favorite that is true but even with that can say yes sanity mpo it is normal in football so obi nkonko yo obi favorite a anka under Carlo Ancelotti nanka ye Real Madrid players omo wodi no omo ye favorite a abra na ogane for Ballon d'Or no and Kenya wona na obeba be your favorite because that season if Real Madrid was being honest na nya wona na oyem penifo be favorite any coach favorite wa mobo am fan change Jude Bellingham but because now we are being favorite they decided to project you now we corner Ballon d'Or and the mount and the Real Madrid bobo. So even if you are not the coach's favorite, it is normal in football because maybe a better more. Vinicius Junior now your favorite man pedophobe our Real Madrid team name. Maybe at that time, that players go on my home, but almost decided someone casa because almost Tiago say. The performance he gave on Sunday against Barcelona, it is one of the best from Vinicius Junior in recent times. But the coach you free mumpo. Now what problems are? There are so many ways I'll bet me approach coaching on and I didn't come up. But the other will park and so clearly. Actually, coach and Kasampo, maybe you don't respect the coach. If we are seeing in a shabby. Obi a stadium honum bia humbi. Guest ara wo ye de wa na wo si kasa. O free now you walk straight into the dressing room. Disrespect when the match was going on. It was not on the cruise. And some of the barbon say message on the man Vinicius Junior. Okache no. Say he's been in situations like that when him say player the obo na niam e kon kai de mawa. Obe pese obebo no wato aso. But ono under no circumstance. And a uniform odi abufo kokoro dressing room. Enti amfa honi de esi ye kwan a obefa so oni coach ne betena no eno na be kire so obepe wasem ana se ompe wasem and coach dey in charge of substitution and player selection. So if you feel say no matter the kind of football you are playing onu no be change at that moment you don't have to show that kind of disrespect. And I'm medin kan ya kano just a why na dwen say on tena Real Madrid biem but so obetena Real Madrid party on fun to the team so twini mu ne betena yepe for now. Zabi Alonso ne coach and kopim so be free Madrid no hwe ni wono ma be sesa ken Mikel Obi aka simbi he's one person I thought that okasapa but se wo hwe no a oka asema ye no krekran pan hwe awomfa. But in this instance I am looking at the message rather than the messenger. Mikel Obi say looking at trend that ekosu say this is the year for us now and me Mikel Obi ya 100%. Can you ever start in league no? Now Bubo favorites e Premier League ni mo a o de Arsenal be ka ho e no kre. But there are certain teams that now you be feel say looking at consistency as Arsenal show, Ateta show, but yet Oban team we need the Premier League for the past 3 seasons in there. E bia na sa story na sa akwa akoto aso. Legitimate say league no ye monuru ba bia ampa. But favorites look at Liverpool. Last season performance almost dynasty. Quality additions almost answer ye the can almost team no. Any modern man you be feel so almost betimi abono. Ye share season nase. The Liverpool performance hasn't been like that. Especially in the last 4 matches of Liverpool e Premier League ni mo. And ye man ko yim fama Liverpool bobo no. Enti ene ubi so bi odi Premier League nechi. Say Liverpool betimi agi Premier League na betimi aka say an. But gidie na no wo ansa na league na start no. Menya sure so wo sa gidie no. Pep Guardiola. Last season ni man kon kan am fama no. What top players ni bi di ababa bishim. But team ekita Manchester City ni Pep Guardiola say here. Me man right Pep Guardiola off because of the Pep Guardiola factor in Manchester City. They were painting. Even with limited resources, obetimi as a sanema. But league ni chance and clearly the reality is dawning on the Manchester City team. Inconsistencies, though are better than last season, but there are a bit of inconsistencies. Manchester City bobo coda from. And clearly, almost so my favorites. Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, no, the performance hasn't been so convincing. Chelsea, nan kebi obi an come on fan ka. But ye we season na Chelsea call Club World Cup no. Modern bono ko boy no. Chelsea supporter bia, obi odi football echi bia. E benya agide say Premier League no. And even the Champions League Chelsea bobo ko ni betimi age. Season ne share ase, injuries kakra ha Chelsea. Inconsistent performance kakra bem. And the Chelsea nso so a due to the performance at the Club World Cup, near kind of was favorite, you know. Chelsea so more money and economy kakana science what yaba na chikaka. It's these 3 teams are no more favorites pa Liverpool, Manchester City, and Chelsea bobo kono. Obia performance has been inconsistent, but the Arsenal performance has been on the rise. So far, Premier League ni baby ayaba bedru. Aside say Arsenal na dasro no. Ye bisa say why now feel so betimi agi Premier League na. I'm sure say see idea. Obia beka say Arsenal. Looking at the consistency and the performance of my dynasty, it's a Samna Mikel Obi Kano. Menene ya be 100%. Teams ni nyina nyama na omo ye no. Eche so omo nya ready so mbetimi agi league no. It's Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. Consistency no much you no. If only omo anti and that there, I feel that definitely this is going to be a year for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. Ken.
Okay. Enti yenkotwa na.
Boy omo bo sesi e di o de kakra to akire ye.
Kakra be sen. Elderson South time we twa South na beje league ni me a benya be sen. Me twa ma me.
The ska o Benjamin check in sabe.
Okay, ma me fa say. We ko bobo sia 1000 be to so.
When dia be say Jeff ho me
we ko bobo sia 1000 be to so. We are up to May. We are benya be sen.
Me check some check odds na in any case bacho ulu so abeji ska na wo me boa.
Wo de we dey menje say we minim so wo de wo kan be fa. Enti 1000 no betimi anya. Betimi anya 1 million Ghana. Enu. Bege. Ken. Me ba. Asa mo sem kana ibi bi ho.